The reason I wrote the book is because I couldn't find it. People would say to me, can you recommend to me a book that talks about the art and practice of managing people? And what I found was no. What I found is there are a lot of books about little pieces of management, you know, 100 ways to reward your employees and how to have a difficult conversation and 15 things to do when people don't do what you do. But this whole art and practice of management, for which I have a lot of respect, no books. Somebody learns to be a lawyer, you get taught how to be a lawyer. Somebody learns how to be a manager, you get promoted. I really wanted to give people a guide to being good managers of people. What I want them to do is go, ooh, I could do this. Ooh, that's interesting. I could apply this to my own life. There are some things they would get out of the book that they wouldn't get out of me speaking. They would get a deeper understanding of the skills and how to actually practice them. Because you can't, my belief, create the future that you want for yourself unless you have strong leaders. The single most common way that leaders run off the rails is that they lose touch with what's actually happening in their organization. And that happens either when they stop listening to the feedback that they're getting from people who care about their success, or when they start believing their own press rather than actually staying attentive. And again, it just comes back to that listening is the foundation. In order to listen well, you have to let go of your own agenda. You have to stop thinking about what you think and really get very curious about what that other person thinks and feels. Because otherwise you can do the techniques and skills of listening and it'll feel phony to the person, because they'll recognize you're actually just waiting for them to breathe. If you say, it sounds like you're really upset about this, or that didn't seem to you to be the right way to do this, they know that you heard them. And then you can go on. It's very powerful. The important metaphor for a good manager is that as a manager, you are the endoskeleton rather than the exoskeleton. That creatures that have endoskeletons, skeletons inside them, like human beings, they can grow enormously with one skeleton. You have the same skeleton you had when you were a baby. And that skeleton has just grown as the scaffolding for your muscles and for your skin, and you grow and grow. Okay, animals that have exoskeletons, like lobsters, they have to shed their skeleton. The exoskeleton is not a very flexible mechanism. If you want to grow, you have to crack out of it and build a whole new one. So good managers support their people from the inside. They have very clear expectations, good, strong bones, but they don't try and surround them. They try and support them from underneath. Here's what I expect you to do. I'm going to give you the resources to do it, and I'm going to get out of your way and let you do it. And that's going to become more and more true in management as industries collide and information and entertainment come together. And I mean, you can see it right now, for instance, in television. Is it television? Is it computers? Is it online? Is it the linear? You know, and that's going to just happen more and more. And so managers are going to have to be both clearer about what it is they're trying to do and more flexible about how they're going to get there. Even though we are in the 21st century and have all this fast technology, we have to be very careful not to assume that we don't still need to be connected as human beings if we're going to work together. My point of view.